Hello everyone, welcome to my garage. Well actually, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Will. On Instagram I go by Cars of Mass, and I'm guessing that's where a few of you know me from. This is my 1999 BMW Z3 M Coupe. It's an S52 car, obviously a 5-speed. These cars only came in 5-speed. And today I'm going to tell you all about this car and, well, I guess how I came to have it, and this is probably why I'm making a YouTube channel, so here goes nothing. First off, in true YouTube fashion, let's talk about the exhaust. When I bought this car, it came fitted with Turner Motorsports shorty headers up front, a stock midsection, and a Super Sprint axle back. Not too bad. I think it's a little too quiet, but I mean, tips look pretty good, and I think it sounds alright. I'll give you a few revs in a minute, just gotta let it warm. Alright, now that I've let the car warm up for a few minutes, I'll give you guys some revs. Sounds alright. Alright, so filming that exhaust clip got cut short because my neighbors did not like that I was revving in my garage, so I'm going somewhere else right now. I'll get you guys some exhaust clips, a few exterior clips. Maybe I'll take the car over to Q Car Care to get a little bit of a wash. You guys will definitely see that as a recurring theme on the channel. I'm gonna go to Q Car Care a lot. I work there, I do a lot of their photography, and well, honestly, that's the only place that I'd ever take my car to get it washed, so maybe I'll catch up with you guys there. Alright, here we are, Q Car Care. About to get the car nice and clean. Check that out. Oh, give me that. Yeah, I like GT3 RSs. Alright, let's go inside. Always remember, guys, make sure to wear a mask if you're going inside anywhere. I'm putting my mask on right now. I want to stay safe. I don't want to get sick. Well, let's go inside. Show you what's going on. My car's in the way, gotta move it, but we're gonna give a cold start in that Audi soon because that car sounds amazing. You guys are gonna love it. Oh. Yeah, not a bad sound. I'd approve. Woo. Once again, shout out to the guys at Auto Engineering in Lexington. If you have an RS4, that is the place to bring your car. I don't think I've ever seen anywhere have more RS4s in my life. They do good work. Would you just check out this RS6? This car is beautiful. Oh my god, that fitment is unreal. I'm honestly not a big Audi guy, especially after getting rid of the S3, but even though these cars only came in automatic, I've always just loved to look at them. I think this car is so sick. I got some bad news for you guys. My car is a little dirty and I can't wash it right now because I didn't give them any notice when I came by. And they're very busy. Bring your car here. Literally do the best work. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys the car all nice and clean, but I'm really excited to make this video, honestly, so I'm just gonna show you it dirty. I mean, you'll get the idea. Let's go find somewhere nice where I can just pull the car aside and take some pictures, take some videos, and yeah, it sounds pretty good on the inside, I'm not gonna lie. I love this car. It's so much fun. You guys already know what time it is. My car is pretty quiet, but can't really beat a little tunnel run, can you? Whoa! Never gets old, does it? Alright, I'll meet up with you guys when we go take pictures. For those of you who don't already know me, I'm Will. My Instagram is @CarsOfMass, and that's where I've been posting pictures that I take of cars from all around the world. The past 5 years now, I've been doing it. I've traveled to Monterey, California for Car Week, I've gone to London. I've been all over the country taking pictures of cars. So let me explain to you why I bought this car. My first car was not this car. Even though I'm young, I've actually had 4 cars in my ownership. My first car was a 2004 Buick Regal. A bit of a clapbox. I mean, really, I don't remember that car too much. I actually remember the car I got after that. My first kind of enthusiast car. It was a 2017 Volkswagen Jetta GLI, finished in pure white. And I love that car. It was a manual, it was my real introduction to the world of driving manual. I did a resonator lead, I thought it sounded great, I put some nice sticky tires on it, and I drove it hard and I had fun with it. That car met its unfortunate demise when I actually traded cars with a friend. My friend Zach, great guy, let me take his Corvette out to prom. And now you're thinking, the 19-year-old with the Corvette or the 20-something-year-old with the Volkswagen GLI? Who's gonna get into an accident? Probably the 19-year-old with a 500 horsepower Corvette. Well, you'd be wrong if you thought that. My friend was taking the car at dinner, not driving like an asshole or anything, and granted, this accident was not his fault at all. It was the person who hit him. He was going onto the highway, person in front of him stopped on an on-ramp, he stopped, and the person behind him did not stop. She was not paying attention, she smoked that car. I'll add some pictures of it here, or a link to Tedward's video. Tedward filmed the video when they went to go, well, pick Zach up from the wreck, but not the most fun night of my life. It was actually on prom, so I still sort of enjoyed it, but then I needed a new car. So not yet did I get this car. Before this car, I owned a 2016 Audi S3, and that car was great. It was Sepang blue, one of my favorite Audi colors of all time. Beautiful car, super fast. I did a Unitronic Stage 1 Plus tune to it. I had a lot of fun with that car. But I wanted to get back into a manual. I wanted to get something unique, I wanted to get something fun, and I wanted to get something that you just don't see every day. And in that price range, this is the car to buy. The reason I sold the S3 was not just to buy a random car, it was because the owner of this car, who's a good friend of mine, wanted to sell it to me. Well, he actually didn't really want to sell it to me, I wanted to buy it from him. We agreed on a price and I told him if I could sell my S3, I would buy it the day I sold my S3. So that's what I did. This car is a 1999 BMW Z3 M Coupe. It's an S52 car, which means it shares the same engine as the E36 M3. Which is why it's worth a lot less than some of the other M Coupes you'll see online, which are worth in the $40,000 to $50,000 range. Those cars have the S54 engine, which is found in the E46 M3. A higher output motor with individual throttle bodies, and well, it's just more sought after. You see, this car is one of the only shooting brake style BMWs that they've ever brought to the United States. You can look at the Z4 M Coupe and say it's sort of like that, but really it's not at all. The lines in this car are super unique, and this car was actually modified a little bit, and I'll walk you through everything that's been done to it, right? Because it obviously isn't too stock, it's got that sort of OEM plus modification look to it, but let me show you what's done. Right off the bat for exterior modifications, we have this AC Schnitzer Type 2 wing. This is an actual original AC Schnitzer part, so that means it's worth a lot of money. Same with these wheels. These wheels are called Rondell Type 21s. Sorry they're filthy right now, there's pollen everywhere and matte black wheels are impossible to keep intact. But these are Rondell Type 21 wheels. They're in the M Coupe specific fitment. So, I mean, look at the way that just tucks in there so nice. And these tires, I mean, this car has 250 horsepower and I'm running 275s in the rear. Puts the power down pretty well with these wheels and tires. Now, the reason why this car is so low is it's actually on TC Klein adjustable coilovers. I think they've been on there for a while, so I'm probably gonna get them rebuilt soon, but the car feels great, feels super planted. Now, for other exterior modifications, we have, coming around to the back, out back, we have the Never Done Garage rear diffuser, as well as you'll see the Super Sprint exhaust tips. This car has Turner Motorsports shorty headers, which are this is the shorty design of the headers, which means they replace the stock units rather than replacing the whole header and the downpipe. They just replace the headers. And then it has the Super Sprint axle back. This car sounds pretty good. It's a little too quiet for my liking. I think I might do some modifications in the future, but that's a video that you guys see when I do it. But other than that, the exterior is pretty much stock. It's obviously lowered. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, built not bought. Why didn't you buy a stock one and do it yourself? Well, honestly, because I like the way this car looks. The wheels, maybe not to my liking. I never ever would have gotten matte black wheels before, especially working at a detail shop. I just thought that would have been hell, but I kind of like the way they look, but obviously in the future I'm going to be switching that out. And honestly, the rest of the stuff is probably about the same as the way I would have done it to the car. The coilovers feel great. I definitely would have switched a lot in the suspension. A lot of bushings have been replaced in this car. The exhaust sounds amazing, and that wing, oh, I think that wing just ties the car together so well. As well as these little stone guards to protect the car from chips. I mean, you can tell this car is modified well and taken care of well. Now I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite parts of the car, the interior. Now, if you don't own an E36 M3, but you've spent some time around them, you might think this interior is very similar to an E36 M3. But in fact, it's pretty different. You see these vents right here? These vents are actually similar to the ones in the E30 M3. And this gauge cluster and all these, well, that's actually unique to the Z3 in itself. Right here, we've got a clock, battery voltage, and most importantly, engine oil temperature, which some BMWs actually never came with from the factory. And I find it super useful because I want to take good care of this car, so I wait until the oil gets up to temp before revving it out at all. And this car, it's meant to be driven. It's a driver's car, and if you drove it, you know what I mean. This car is amazing. So why not take it for a little? You feel that? That's torque. That's something that you wouldn't find in a lot of BMWs at this time period. You see, when BMW was designing the S52, which is the engine that powers later year E36 M3s and Z3 M Coupes, only the US spec cars of course, they were basing it off of the normal 3 Series engine a lot more closely than BMW usually does for their M engines, which means that it doesn't have that high revving, high horsepower feel that you get in the S54 or the S65, whereas it has a bit of low end torque, which almost makes it feel like kind of an M5 sort of powertrain, which I actually like. Right now, I'm cruising around in 3rd gear, I'm going 30 miles an hour, and I don't have to downshift to get on it. I just roll into the throttle, I have torque right at my disposal, and I'm moving. If I want that high horsepower, high revving feeling, you still can get that out of this engine. Not like any of the individual throttle body crazy engines that BMW had in the past, but it's there and it's fun. I like this engine a lot. Now, a lot of people are going to be commenting, well, the Euro spec engine's better and blah, blah, blah. You much rather have that, and I would. I'd much rather have the S50B30 with the individual throttle bodies and 40 more horsepower and just revving to the moon, but I'm not going to complain about what I have right now. The thing is, having that extra torque makes it a lot easier to drive around normally. I can just drive it around town and not have to be constantly revving the engine out just to friggin' accelerate anywhere I want to, and that's kind of a good feeling. Now, like I said before, I don't really want to go too in depth with this drive because, well, honestly, I want to make a review. But here's the reasons why I bought this car, and I've probably said it a few times in this video, but I'm going to say it again. This car is extremely unique. Seeing another one on the road is, well, it hasn't happened to me yet, and it probably won't happen to me for a long time. This car feels great to drive. The steering feels phenomenal. On these coilovers, it feels super planted. It feels, I don't know, it's just more feeling than I'm used to driving my Audi, driving the Volkswagen. This car gives you feedback. You have to be on your toes when driving this car. It's got a short wheelbase. The rear end comes around a lot. It's a lot of fun, but if you're not paying attention, this car will bite you in the butt and it'll try to kill you, which is something that I really was looking forward to in a car. I love driving. I've loved driving since the second I got my license. I love going fast, I love having fun. I love driving a manual transmission, and, well, for me, especially in my price range, this was one of the only cars that ticked all the boxes. So, I found a car that ticked all the boxes I wanted. Sorry for the random change of pace, but my parents were outside working on the house, and I needed to get somewhere that I could film quietly in my room. So I found the car for me. I found my dream car. The car that ticks all my boxes, the car that I'm going to want to drive forever, and honestly, I don't see myself getting rid of that car anytime sooner, ever really. I love it. It's honestly one of the most fun cars I've ever driven, and I don't know if that's biased because it's my car, but there's something special about that car that you just don't get in most other cars. It might be the looks that you get from people driving down the road, because they're like, what is that? Or it just might be the feeling of that engine revving out. It might be the feeling of that short wheelbase. It might be the feeling of that steering. It's just, it all comes together in a really unique package that you just can't find these days in cars. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be bringing you a lot of content in the future. I've already got a lot of fun things planned for this week, next week, and, well, the whole summer. And obviously, I'm going to try to follow social distancing guidelines and all that crap, but I want to bring you guys content, and I want to have fun, so remember, like, comment, and subscribe, and